victim. Now bear in mind, I'm calling them victims here. The devil attacks. They're victims. The faster we can do it, the better it is to pray for them. So let me give you a couple of testimonies on this. One from my mum and dad, and one from Jacqueline and I. My father, 5 years ago, got tripped up in his church car parking area, running for a ball by one of the youth. They literally took his legs out. And at 17, you bounce really easily. At 67, you don't bounce so easily. And he hit the floor, shattered his entire shoulder, all the muscles snapped off and everything else. And he ended up through a whole series of initially misdiagnosis, which compounded the trauma, and then finally through the right diagnosis, ended up in 9 hours of surgery. His consultant said to him at the time, you are the type of case that I came into medicine for. He said, you're the third one of this magnitude that I've seen in 25 years. When Jacqueline had to have some stuff was going wrong for her, and they diagnosed it, and that was with her, she was the first case the doctor had ever seen with her symptoms. I said, honey, they've taken all these photographs of the inside of you now, and they're going to be on every medical textbook. Because the last time anybody had this, it was black and white. And now they've got digital photography. So you're going to be a case study for years to come. But anyway, Dad goes through this surgery. Mum's waiting in the corridor of the hospital for him to come out, and waiting and waiting and waiting, because it was only supposed to be 6 and it's 9. And he comes in on the bed, finally. They bring him down the corridor on the bed, and drips and everything else laid on him. And so everybody's impression, this is really how easy it is, she leans over, and everybody thought she just gave him a kiss on the cheek and said, I love you. Not my mum. Way too long in ministry. She leans over and says, it's me. And in Jesus' name, she's heard my teaching, you see. I've even taught my mother something. I said, in Jesus' name, I break off shock and trauma from your body right now, command it to be healed in Jesus' name. That was as anointed, longest prayer she ever prayed. Gave him a kiss on his cheek, and they carried on driving down, pushing him down into his ward. From that day until they reckon he'd be in hospital 7 to 10 days. My sister flew over from the island she lives in to help my mom and to be there and to see him and everything else. And they brought him round the next day, and they said, you haven't had any morphine? And he said, no pain. And they said, listen, we've told you, don't be brave, don't be a hero, it's there to be used. And he says, no pain. I think he took 2 paracetamol. That may be it. 2, but no morphine. He's out on the 3rd day from hospital. And Mum rang me and said, wow, that stuff works. That easy. In Jesus' name, I just break shock and trauma. And the wound healed. He had to have other surgery because they hadn't realised one of the muscles hadn't been attached. So he went in and had that all going in. But that's how easy. Jacqueline and I are at our 2nd conference we've ever hosted in another city in England, and it had a domed roof, so an arched roof. So the roof actually started at the floor, came up all the way over and back down on the other side. Beautiful room. And we're hosting, I bankrolled the conference, we've got people there and everything else, and in the end the whole leadership team got hit. And everybody happened in different ways. Different attacks of the enemy, and the Lord taught us a whole lot through that. But I'm talking to a guy this way, and we're just finishing a conversation, and all I did was this. That was it. You missed it, I know. I just finished talking to Nat, and I did that. What I hadn't seen was one of the pillars was there. The girders. And of course it was lower than it was at head height. Now all I did was this. And I knocked out unconscious instantaneously. And I slumped forward all over our resources. It's the run-up to Christmas. We had loads of Christmas cards to sell at this conference and everything. And all I can think of in my brain, sorry girls, this is a boy thing, okay? Oh no, I'm lying over all the Christmas cards. And then I realised this. I can't see. I can't speak. I'm completely helpless as I'm sliding off this table. But I can hear everything that's going on in the room. Now to me, trauma, remember, that went on for ages. I could tell you every single thing I thought, how I slid down, how I hit. But what I remembered in that was I